Hello, everybody. We're early today. Ooh. So, yeah, thank you for joining in, and thank you for the bits shots. Greatly appreciated. Let's get this one out of the way.
Do you think I'm cute, Private Pile? Do you think I'm funny?
Sir, no, sir.
Then wipe that disgusting grin off your face.
Sir, yes, sir.
Thank you for the follow, Nyxis. Greatly appreciated. And let's see, while I'm thinking about it, let me quickly get the end credits thing up so I can just fire that off once it's time. So, yeah. We are already in the game, but we have it paused because there is a really good price for milk and we don't want to waste that accidentally. And yeah, I mean, obviously I'm joined by Shorts as always. Although his intro is a bit longer now. Oh, there he is. And I forgot to undeafen myself.
Playing Valheim.
There you go.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. I cut my intro short because it's long. and I figured out that I wanted a way to adjust audio levels in OBS on, programmatically.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if that's possible. So that when you switch a scene, for example, you change audio levels.
I don't think so.
That would be.
No.
It would be cool.
I mean, you can use the studio mode where you have two scenes up. I'm not sure if you can manage the audio sliders then.
No.
Probably not.
I use studio mode. Of course I use studio mode. What else is there?
And we don't want to waste a good price on milk, no Legion. And
yeah,
hello and welcome back.
Hello. We will talk about Valheim eventually as well, because game. But what I saw at the very end of the last stream was that we had a great demand for milk at the Central Grain Elevator at 1764. That's a pretty good price.
That's a incredibly good price.
Yeah. So I tried to pause when I joined so that we could get to it. And now we're gonna see if we can find a truck somewhere to go get it. I don't care how much milk we have. At this price, it's worth selling it.
Definitely. Should be some, I think.
Looks like we have 1300 milk, so yes.
Okay, yeah, I reset the yields last time. That's good. I can't remember if I think I did some additional probing, but I think we wanted to just hope and pray that we don't need additional probing.
Yes. That might be a false hope, but it's a hope at least.
Yeah, exactly. So the question becomes now, do we throw out some manure? I mean, we can manage the rate quite nicely, right?
Yes. You set it as a base level. And just, yeah, say I want to fill up the first 100 with manure, and then you finish it up with the seeder.
Yeah, exactly. So how do I change application rate, right stick?
Yeah, and do you want to deactivate the automatic as well? Yeah.
I don't know how do I tell it to add to 100. Because I can just edit the application rate.
Yeah, you edit the application rate, and then.
I mean,
Yeah,
I can just go ahead and just put out 2.9 tons per hectare. Oh god. I haven't played this for too long.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly how you... I mean, you say set the application rate. And then when you're on the field, I think it tells you where you are on the scale there.
Yeah, probably. That's probably how
then you can adjust it. That might be how we did it. Or maybe it was different with the slurry.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah. Now it says it will add plus 20, plus 40.
Yeah. But it also says that you have a lot on the field already.
Yeah. We didn't use much. So I can probably good with somewhere. So let's say that will add around. Oh, even here it's way too much.
Yeah.
I mean, it should then turn off the application rate in the application of fertilizer in the seeder, right?
Yes, it won't, but you can over fertilize.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes only wants 140. So, and that's really strange that it's that much left, because we had a full crop growing on that stuff.
Yeah, but it was beets. I think they might just use a lot less.
Yeah, but the information document that we found when we added the mod basically said that all crops use up all the.
Yeah, but the field was bugged anyway. I think that's the problem.
So for some reason it didn't eat the. Yeah, so we probably don't need to fertilize there at all.
No,
because we've already have. It just didn't use it.
Yeah, exactly. So let's pop over to the new field, because that's actually quite easy to fertilize, because it's a nice square field.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that we used the nitrogen in that one.
Yeah, because we had good yields on that.
Yeah, exactly. We had good yields on that, and it actually was, the harvest was before the update of the.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So let's pull in here.
Almost jumped off with the milk tanker, and that's not a good idea, because that's not a jump jump implement.
No.
It's fine with just a tractor, but with the milk tanker, it's yeah.
So yeah, I think we will just actually go for just the minimal application rate.
You can go up to at least 120, regardless of what we're seeding.
So that's 100 and odd. Yeah, let's go for a relatively minimal application rate, so it has a lot of room to actually, so we can stretch the amount we have. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Whoop, that was the Windows key.
And when we'll let the seeder also fertilize, which is useful.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not useful, but that has a better precision of everything.
Yes. 12 meters, yeah, sounds about right, I think.
Yeah. Wasa92, thank you for the follow. Oop. What's up?
I want show line, snap on. The other way around. Hey, what's
And
up?
there's my bot also being a little late to the party.
Yeah, but better late than not at all, I think.
Better late than stupid.
Duh.
I don't know.
Ah, crap.
I shouldn't enjoy the driving off road with the truck so much, but I do.
You do, yeah. so,
Straight across the fields.
so do I. So all good.
You're not supposed to do this, but how can you not? There's no downside to it. Fastest way.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks like we can stretch it quite nicely. Yes, that's good.
So
I mean,
almost 10,000 for a more than a half full, but not a completely full trailer. That's nice.
That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got 25,000 for the milk we had.
That's really good. Yeah, and I'm just putting out just under 9 tons of manure right now per hectare.
Yeah.
So we can stretch the amount we have really nicely. And then we still have some slurry left too, so...
Yeah,
we want
but
to
since
use
we have the
that.
big slurry tank, I think it's worth saving that up so that we use
Yeah.
a lot of it at the same time. Oop, that was a tree again. I thought I missed it, but I didn't. The day that they introduce vehicle damage to this game, I'm toast.
Yeah, same. Same.
But yes, last time we spoke, you were about to be inundated with a lot of snow, and I was trying to convince you to send it here instead.
Yeah, I tried to convince the snowfall to just piss off, but it kind of didn't. And so, yeah, we now have about 25 centimeters of snow. Yay!
That's more than most of Sweden.
Yeah, and there's more. I mean, it came down all the time for the last week for, I think, on 3 days. So we're probably then now over 25 centimeters.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes over the top of my boots. So
Yeah. That's a lot of snow.
that is a lot of snow, and the driving was an absolute catastrophe, and still is an absolute catastrophe because, well, yeah, there's snow next to the road, and people are scared because there's snow next to the road. You have to stay vigilant that stuff might just suddenly jump onto the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, total chaos, obviously, because we usually don't get that much snow around here.
Yeah. Hey, Cedar, what are we gonna plant today?
That is a very good question. Let's have a quick peek what the prices say. We might go for oats.
Yeah.
The prices look somewhere in the mid range. They might go down, but they might go up still.
Yeah. Oats does sound.
Plus, we haven't done oats for ages too. So.
Yeah. Oats sounds like fun.
And the thing with the manure spreading is, coming to think of it, even if we can't stretch it for the entire field, it doesn't matter really.
No.
Because we will save the amount of nitrogen either way. So.
Yeah. It's just spreading it makes, it's more thematically correct. And
yeah.
We don't want to have a stinking big pile of manure in one corner. Also, that was an unintentional pun. Because then there will be too much of it, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfold and lower. 9.4 meters wide.
Do you think I'm cute,
The
Private
9,
Pyle? Do you think
yes.
I'm funny?
Sir, no, sir.
Then wipe that disgusting grin off your face.
Sir, yes, sir.
Thank you for the follow over here too, Vaza, and welcome to the Patriots.
The Horse Planter is 9.0.
Yeah, the point something was such an odd number, so that would have been weird.
With some kind of steering and showing lines and node snapping, and no offset reversal doesn't make sense. And what's the angle here?
315.
315, thank you.
Hold up, I should refill the thing before I start the next. Because it's way easier to find where to start, obviously.
Yeah, if you want to be that way, sure.
Yeah.
What's up? I don't understand why that was funny, but it was really funny.
Yeah.
I don't know, 12 or 14 or something like that. It's just. Oh well, it's a thing. And you have a goal for 140. It's reasonable. The current level is 80-ish.
Yeah, I'm not spreading that much.
Yeah. Oh, but we were at basically 0. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. How much of did you just go back and forth on the field?
I don't know, about half?
Yeah, but you went back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I can see it in the map. I forget that the map actually is useful now.
Yeah, same. I'm not still completely used to that fact. Turn on the bell, please. Yes. I kinda want the rest too. That's sitting here. Nope, wrong button. How much liquid do we have? 15k.
Huh, target reached. Interesting. It's not applying anymore here.
I think oats doesn't need much here.
Yeah, on the sandy loam. At least we're not putting on too much then, but that's good. That's good. So yeah, here we have had a week or 2 weeks or soon of absolutely brilliant weather with lots and lots and lots of sun and pretty. So that's been really nice.
Yeah, I mean the
And
sun has come out the last couple of days too. Yeah.
And also, when the sun comes out here in the winter, it gets really cold.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no clouds left to greenhouse effect
Mm-hmm.
the warmth here. But which is, I mean, it's not greenhouse effect as in climate change or whatever, but just greenhouse effect as the effect that happens in a greenhouse, where the inside stays warmer because you're keeping the heat inside.
Exactly.
Instead of letting it bounce out. So that's very obvious. But we have tomorrow is going to be sunny, and then the weather reports they don't all align yet, but they're unanimous in saying that the temperatures are going to rise and there's going to be more clouds, which is very unfortunate. Because this is the perfect. This is winter. And it's really nice. We have 5 centimeters of snow or so on the ground. So it's still really bright and nice outside. And
nicely quiet. It's always so nice and quiet when there's snow out.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, that's going away.
Yeah, yeah. They predict warmer weather for here too in the next week or so. At the moment, it's still bloody cold out at night, like around -15, -20, something like that. So
yeah,
quite nasty. But during the day, when the sun is out, we are getting, I don't know, just below freezing. So
yeah. The perfect winter weather.
Yeah,
basically.
Pretty much. Yeah, and I don't mind the cold. Against cold, you can just wear more.
Yeah. Or eat more. But that's a more long-term investment.
Yeah.
I wonder if you are... Since I'm only going every other, I have to... Yeah. I have to go back and backfill because you're not done yet enough.
No.
Or there's a risk that you will fertilize after I have fertilized, and that's just going to be silly.
Yeah, that's going to completely destroy the crops here, since I'm not on auto mode. Yeah. I still don't know where these weird strips come from, and they are in the middle of the row.
Yeah. No clue.
Really weird.
No clue. So nice, it's barely using any fertilizer, because that's normally what runs out first.
Yeah.
This makes this planter a lot better. I really want to do what Zach, the millennial farmer, is looking at doing. Basically creating a 4-piece train to fertilize and everything. It's so long it won't fit in his shed anymore, and that's a big shed.
Yeah.
But realistically, you could add a little something at the back of this thing, or maybe at the front of this thing, just to carry more seed and fertilizer.
Yeah. It's still an air seed drill, I think. That one we are running right now. So you could just add another tank of seed or fertilizer, for that matter.
Yeah. So in trying out new pretzel rock stations, they have now added a funk station, which is awesome. I mean, the fact that they've added a funk station, and so far it's not disappointing.
Yeah, I think I have to check those out after the stream, because the electric jazz thing you had, no, what was it? Electric swing.
Electric swing, yes.
Yeah, that didn't really work out for me, because I have the... Oh, I'm out. I have the YouTube save option enabled, and I had exactly one song.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That experience was a bit, meh.
A bit repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't put your stuff on YouTube, so you should be fine, yeah.
Yeah, and even if I did, it would just mute it on YouTube, which is, I mean...
No, it doesn't get muted. No. They just, you get just the... They get the... Well... If you were monetized, they would get the money for it.
Yeah. Which
is always odd, because even if it's a 8-hour stream and you have 1 second of music that was just some random background music, they can claim the entire video. Yeah. Which is just, what the fuck, YouTube?
Yeah. But you can set up OBS so that you don't save your music to your VOD, so that when you upload it to YouTube, you don't have music at all.
Yeah.
Well, I know TTK has done it and knows how to do it and promised to teach us, and then nothing ever happened.
It's really easy. It's an advanced options.
Just doing it and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know how it's done, but I'm not sure. And I mean, I don't care. Whatever.
So, this is this. I mean, I could go and put out the slurry too.
I mean, at this rate, I will.
Yeah, not on that field.
Yeah. Be in there before you get here.
Yeah, not on that field. On the other one.
And the big one, yeah. But what we did on the big one last time was that we just ran the regular fertilizer spreader.
So let's see.
Because that way we don't have to refill this one so much.
Yeah, I think I will do that in a second. I'm currently filling up the slurry spreader, and it will fill up half. Yeah, that's not
worth it. I just had a memory of the long distance spreader on that one.
Yeah, that's
was
a city one.
I had no clue where this middle line comes from, but at least when I'm planting, it's overwriting it. So
Yeah, that's good. Huh, the spreader's empty. Okay.
that's unusual.
A bit.
I might have actually run it empty on fertilizer last time.
Yeah. I want this stuff. Yes, fertilizer, please. Open cover. Start filling fertilizer. Yes, please. So I think this should be good enough. Close cover.
I never checked if we needed lime anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, once you have turned around, quickly pop out and step into the seeded part. Should tell you if the pH level is good or no.
Yeah. pH very good. pH very good. The nitrogen is perfect. So it's
okay. So we can use a little bit then.
We could use, I mean, a sliver, but yeah, it's 0.875 out of 6. So it's literally 1/8 off, which is I think the lowest it tracks.
So let's see. Yeah, let's go for a medium spread rate here too. We don't want to.
Yeah.
Oh, happy fooding there, Meep.
Yeah, happy food, Meep. Happy hunting.
And yeah, the idea again for this is to just yeah, I have to 68. Orbit. Almost. Almost. There we go. And nothing of this.
Did we... Are we just really... I mean, I know we planned it. But are we just really lucky with how wide we made this field? Because it's exactly a planter wide.
We kinda planned it like that? Somewhat?
Yeah, I don't remember what we did to it, but...
I mean, it's a bit of both. There's a bit of luck involved. And...
Just, yeah.
But some planning was involved too. We didn't sit and calculate, no.
No. But we didn't make a full not a full plow at the end. We only did a partial one at the end. That's right.
Yeah.
So we sort of knew. Okay, Automod held the.
Thank you, Automod. Too nice of you.
Thank you, Automod.
I still found it funny that the Automod at some point blocked German stuff while we were talking about German food.
Yes. Because it could be potentially.
Yeah, my poor soul. I'm so fragile.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand where they come from, yes.
Yeah.
But holy hell, I have turned it off, basically. I mean, I can't turn it off. I would turn it off. But I can only set it to the lowest setting.
Yeah. I still sort of want it. I don't know. Have some help around. It's fun to laugh at it, honestly.
Yeah.
It's not like it's going around banning people, it's just holding chat messages.
Yeah. I thought you can train your bot to actually do that.
Yeah.
Can. Well, at least as long as your bot is actually a moderator.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have ever seen anyone use a bot that was not modded.
Yeah. I have. I mean, there's channels with multiple bots. Where all the bots do different things. I mean, this is big stuff, big people channels, and some of the bots are just providing information or responses to specific queries.
Yeah.
And while modding them is probably not a bad idea, it might be a little silly as well. And the most common reason for modding your bot is so that it overrides any slow mode and things like that.
Yeah.
And chat limitations. And so that you can't get your bot banned by having it respond with a naughty term, basically.
Yeah. And if you actually make your bot client editor, well, not the client, but the user, basically, editor for your channel and for the bot, you can actually use it, at least the Streamlabs one, to change the title and the game and stuff.
Yeah.
Took me a while to figure out why the hell it didn't work.
Oh no!
But
we have a weed tick while I'm seeding.
Oh no! Not again!
Not again. It's just the top right corner for now, but I don't think I'm gonna get there again before it's. And then it's gonna be really funky because I'm doing the half.
Yeah.
The other strip. Oh boy. Oh wow.
What?
Yeah, and I mean, if you're really lucky, you can have your one bot ban the other bot. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Having a good old chuckle.
Yeah.
I mean, we have RAS for that, for the random banning of people.
Yeah.
I don't think I have ever accidentally banned somebody. I may have purged the chat on accident a couple of times.
Yeah.
Especially since they added the additional click to get into the pop out chat thing, and yeah, I didn't look what I was doing, and it just roughly around here is the click I have to do to pop it out, and it just clicked, and yeah, nah, that's the purge chat button. Ah!
Yeah. Yeah, this is working out really nice. I have a half tank of fertilizer left and almost no seeds.
Perfect. I mean, you still have to come back for seeds, but
yeah, I'll be able to do a little bit, and I think normally we run out of seeds just at the end. Fire, thank you for the host. Thank you very much, Fire. Turn off maybe and fold, yes.
And yeah, usually we run out just at the end. So I mean, the amount of seed used is obviously the same.
Yeah, but then I'll use the 13% I have left and just start seeding the new field.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, and I didn't do a all too perfect job around here.
What?
But it doesn't really. Yeah, the idea here is not wasting any of the fertilizer, you know, or at least as little or as possible.
Yeah. Turn on. No, unfold. Unfold. Thank you. And turn on and lower, and let's go. More oats.
I did indeed fire. I did indeed.
He'll be fired, honestly.
Probably. And you can't imagine what a bad job I'm... Oh, hold on. We just established that this doesn't need any more.
Yep. Oh boy, there's so much fertilizer there now. So much fertilizer.
So, fold it up. And it's time for lime then, I guess.
We don't have to. It's close enough, honestly. I don't think we need to lime every... I mean, the game will tell us to lime every time, and that's just time, effort, and annoying.
Yeah. But then again, last time we had a mediocre... Well, not a mediocre, but not a perfect harvest. And I want to get as much stuff out of it. Open cover.
Then you should lime after seeding.
Yeah, obviously.
So that the game has a chance to know what's going on.
So, but now I can run the automatic raid,
Yeah.
so I don't have to do guesswork. But I like the fact that you can just go ahead and just, yeah, I want to toss about some fertilizer, but not that much, and yeah.
Yeah.
We probably should have changed tractors. But,
Yeah.
well, the case can easily pull the. Oh god.
Yeah, the cedar is not a problem. It's, I mean, you can lime with the deer, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the only difference will be in the time you spend going up and down, and that's, you know, that has a higher top speed, so it's probably evens out.
Yeah. So, orbit 18 meters, that is correct. 315.
Okay, we're out of seed. Didn't we have a seed cart up here?
Yeah, that's sitting there, but I'm not sure how much seed is in there.
Oh yeah, we removed the tractor from it. That's
Yeah, we needed a
That's
tractor for something else.
unusual problem to have here. N to open cover. I think we filled it up.
I don't know.
I have some form of memory of this event taking place. Let's see if we can A, find some stuff, and B, apply some stuff in the thing. Because I was annoyed with it for... Oh, so that's backwards. Yeah, we have moved it since we used it. I was annoyed with it because it was filling the wrong thing in the wrong tank. Yeah. But how do I get to the fertilizer side?
Barely?
Yeah.
Probably folded the cedar. I mean,
Yeah, I think that's what we used to do. But maybe? Yeah, you can drive if you just drive up to it, it sort of works. Pipe in and then pipe out the seeds. Okay. Leave you there.
yeah, we don't.
Still think this takes. Yeah. I still think this takes more time than going down and doing it from the easy access.
Probably. That's more a thing for really far away fields.
Yeah. And since it doesn't really hold that much anyway, so it's
No.
turn on the sower, line up, sower. There we go. Off again.
The question becomes now, do we put in sugar beets again in the fields down? Or do we switch over to another root crop,
Potato.
which would be potato? Or do we just say, okay, let's go for beets again, and just rent the the self-propelled harvester next for the harvest? Because the pooled one kind of works, but kind of doesn't, and
Yeah, but the field is so uneven that it's if it's wider, it's not gonna work at all.
well, yes, it is wider. It is almost double the width.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or we just abandon those fields. I mean, that works too.
Yeah.
Because it's not not really that we made much money off of those fields, really.
That's our entire profit right there. Yeah.
I kind of tend to disagree in this case, but
Depends on how you count.
yeah.
If you count all the expenses as being on the other fields, and then yeah, they are probably pure profit. And that's also probably, considered fraud in accounting terms, but yeah.
And I do think it is worth now putting down the lime here, just to get the maximum out of the crop.
Yeah, but are you spending more in diesel than you are in, and than you are getting in money back and time?
Maybe.
Why can't we plant herbs on the fields, like thyme and stuff? That would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, I said before, some more root crops would be really nice, like, I don't know, carrots.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Maybe peanuts? Because you need very specialized equipment for that.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. And then in general, orchards of all kinds, like apples and almonds and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because again, very specialized equipment for those. And it kind of makes sense. They are used in this scale. Obviously.
Yeah.
Things that wouldn't work all too well are maybe cabbages. Stuff like that.
Very manually.
Yeah.
Manually harvested.
Exactly. What would work would be pumpkins. At least for industrial use. Obviously not for sale on the market to make jack-o'-lanterns.
Not for Halloween use.
But for pumpkin pie and stuff like that. Because that's one fancy machine. That is basically just a giant drum with giant nasty spikes that just pokes into the into the pumpkins and throws them into a hopper.
That looks like the sort of machine you want to get stuck underneath.
Oh yeah, totally. Basically, a moving Iron Maiden.
Yeah. Oh, and plays music while it's doing it. That's nice.
Yeah.
Does that produce happier pumpkins?
Yes.
Or is that just a way to smash pumpkins?
No, the Smashing Pumpkins don't play anymore. I mean, I'm super impressed that Iron Maiden is still well, currently not because pandemic, but
Yeah.
are still doing their show, and they are well over 60 now.
Jokes about drugs, and also jokes about 18th final tours and stuff. I don't know. No, not enough effort to actually make the jokes here. you can make them yourself. I'm nice like that. I read an interesting little factoid the other day on the internet. You know how there are diesel-electric vehicles?
Mm-hmm.
You use a diesel engine to generate a rotating motion, and then you have a generator that converts it into electricity, and you move electricity to your driving wheels and have an electric motor there.
Basically, how diesel locomotives work.
Yeah, well, one kind of diesel locomotives. There are also the directly acting diesel locomotives, which just connect the diesel engine to the wheels directly, mechanically. But the most common, yes, diesel electric. In one country, at least, has experimented. No, it was 2 countries has experimented with electric steam locomotive, and not a steam electric locomotive, because that makes sense. You have a steam engine that generates steam, and then you convert that to electricity and use electricity to drive your wheels. That sort of makes sense. But they did an electro steam engine. So you use electricity to generate steam that drives your train.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, which country do you think did this? There are 2 correct answers. And when, of course. When is, of course, important.
When? Okay, yeah, that's a bit. That sounds like some stupidity some Germans would try out. And I don't know, the British probably.
Well, you're both right and wrong. Do you want to guess when?
I mean, they obviously need to have discovered electricity already.
Yes.
Because, for quite obvious reasons.
Yes, electrified railroads had to be a thing. Yes.
So it would need to be. Oop, I'm out of time. I don't know. Late 70s? Something completely stupid like that?
Okay, so it was the Swiss, because if you're going to do this, you're gonna want cheap electricity, and electricity that's cheaper than coal. Otherwise, it's completely bonkers doing this. So, and the Swiss have Alps, which give plenty of hydro power, and this was during World War II, where they converted at least 2, but possibly more shunting locomotives. So the locomotives you use in your little yards to electro steam.
Interesting.
To avoid importing so much coal from Germany, because as the war progressed, the price of coal imports just kept climbing, and didn't make sense. From what I could read, it would take them about an hour to heat up the boiler enough in the morning. It would have a standard pantograph. Just sit under there and heat up the boiler, and then you would have enough steam to move about without the pantograph, so you could go where you didn't have overhead electricity for about half an hour.
Okay.
And then, I mean, if you were in a yard with the overhead wire, then you could, of course, keep it going indefinitely. But, otherwise, you could heat it up for an hour, and then drive off and have enough steam stored in the boiler to shunt for half an hour.
And then reloading again for another hour.
Probably not another hour, because
yeah,
you
okay,
don't start from zero.
Yeah.
You'll start from. You don't start from ambient temperature. You start from 99 degrees, because you're no longer making steam. So you could probably run it continuously that way. The other country that did this was apparently Canada.
Canada, okay, that's also kind of British.
Yeah, kind of British. Although that's even more. I mean, in the Swiss case, there's documented evidence of this. Although the two engines were the 2 locomotives that they know this was done to, they were reverted in the 50s, and then one of them survives actually, but not in the electro steam configuration, unfortunately. But there's pictures of them. The Canadian ones are more hearsay, and no proof.
Can I mountain goat up here? Kinda. Probably would have been faster going around, but
probably. And they would save something like 700. No, that can't be true. They can't save 700 tons of coal in a day. No, that makes no sense. 700 kilos of coal in a day per locomotive. Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes more sense.
That's a reasonable number. Yeah.
Because coal isn't actually that heavy, so yeah.
No, yeah. And these were fairly small shunters. That they did it too. And I mean, in any reasonable time, it's cheaper to just build an electric locomotive instead.
Yeah.
In wartime, you do with what you have, and retrofitting a big heating wire, water boiler. Like you have your tea kettle, electric tea kettle. Retrofitting that into a steam engine is fairly easy, actually.
Yeah, definitely. The technology is there.
Yeah.
I mean, Germany used diesel-electric tanks. The Elephant, later called Ferdinand tank destroyer. That was part why it broke down so often, because the electric engines back then weren't actually really powerful enough to
Yeah.
lug around that giant box of armored steel. Surprise. But I mean, they tried.
Yeah, it makes sense on the drawing board because you let the diesel engine operate at its peak efficiency,
Yeah, exactly.
which is a lot better than having it directly tied to the wheels.
Yeah, yeah, because
A factor of 3, I think.
Yeah, and with the little or dwindling fuel reserves, kind of makes sense. Well, it wasn't diesel because, well, diesel engines, but obviously it was petrol, but still.
Yeah.
German military didn't use diesel engines. Not really. Just watch the not really documentary isn't the right word, but Tank Museum Munster. That's well, kind of around the corner here, really. Used to go there at least once a year.
Yeah.
And they have a YouTube channel, and they just recently made a 4-part series about the different World War II tank engines, basically. To get rid of the myth that Germany, or the different myth about why Germany used petrol engines instead of diesel engines in their World War II tanks.
Yeah.
Because clearly they were way superior, otherwise we wouldn't use diesel engines now for all our tanks.
Yeah. Did it have anything to do with that petrol was easier to synthesize?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope. There was would have been enough diesel, and in a way they were already synthesizing diesel for the Kriegsmarine anyway, and they had additional factories that had to make the petrol, and it would have been more efficient to have everything diesel.
Yeah.
So it would have actually helped. They would still need some kind of petrol for the Air Force, because well, airplanes don't work that well on diesel. Although they probably would, really.
If you just make them, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, no, but that is how one of the many myths that float around, that Germany just didn't have the capacity to make enough diesel. And yeah, no, that's definitely not the case.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
another myth is that they didn't know about diesel engines, which is wrong again, because MAN made diesel engines, or had diesel engines, so had Daimler.
Yeah.
But at some point, just Maybach got the contract for now and the future, basically, for petrol engines. And, well, yeah. 42, they actually decided to switch over to diesel engines because, well, the giant distances they had to cover in the Soviet Union, where the diesel engines actually would have made sense then. But up to that point, yeah, they might have helped, but not really.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I mean, the Americans and British didn't use diesel engines either, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an expert, in engine development, unfortunately, or fortunately, because yeah. But my understanding of the engines of that time is that you have, I mean, a diesel engine until you had turbo diesels. They're terrible in low low RPM situations. They change speed very, very slowly.
Yeah, that is a factor too. Yes.
Yeah, so a petrol engine would be more snappy,
Yeah.
which
And that
might
was
be seen as a good thing when you need to dash with a tank, for
exactly.
example.
Exactly. And at that time, to fire, you had to stop the tank. Fire on the move
Yeah.
wasn't really an option.
Well, you could, but you wouldn't hit anything.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, you can fire the gun, but might as well just throw the ammunition out of the turret.
Yeah. You don't have to stop anymore.
Yeah. And that was part of the reason why they decided on petrol engines, because the petrol engine is just snappier and stop and go situation. And they had diesel engines that were powerful enough to drive the tanks and small enough to drive tanks, because, well, they could have potentially made trucks with diesel engines, but didn't because logistics.
Yeah.
Which is the same reason why the Americans made, I think, it was about 1,000 Shermans with diesel engine, but never used them themselves. They went into the Lend-Lease and went over to the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
Because the US Army decided, yeah, well, we have already so many petrol-run machines. Would be a nightmare to have to provide diesel too.
Yeah. It's that's not really a good argument for it, is it? But it does make sense. But
Yeah.
if you want to make the change, you're absolutely in sunken cost fallacy territory here. That we can't do it because we already have an infrastructure for petrol. Yeah, but if you're now launching your next major tank, also being petrol, you're just getting yourself stuck in there even further.
Yeah.
And here comes the weed dick.
Yeah, that's obviously the sunken cost fallacy is obviously part of the equation.
Well, at least we got the weed early this time.
Yeah.
No risk of it being in a growth stage when we get it. You missed a bit.
I missed a couple of bits, but I don't want to go again because overdoing it now would actually be counterproductive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're 18 meters wide.
Yep.
And this is 9 meters wide. That's why it fits so very nicely.
Yep. Although it won't work from starting from here, so I will overtake you and start from, or line up for the bottom start.
Yeah.
Because,
well, that's what you're going to have to do every time from now on.
Yeah.
Since you're caught up. And then you get all the pretty white.
Yeah.
Dirt effect. You're not supposed to do that on seeded ground. Pretty sure.
It's good as long as we don't tell the ground it is already seeded.
12% seeds left. Guess we'll see. That should be enough to finish this, honestly. I did a 1.5 full wide long go on 10%. Might be close though.
Yeah, but it will work out. You're getting slower and slower. Stop that.
Yeah. It's, I mean, the implement is getting damaged. So it's not that, I mean, I'm not able to keep max speed anymore. Because tractor is a little underpowered. I had an interesting dream last night about. Well, I'm interpreting it as a video game. It's a two-sided sort of open world shooter game where you're competing for control of areas, and instead of it just being only good guys and only bad guys, it's very clearly mostly civilians, and the civilians don't really like it when you're in their neighborhood shooting. So if you shoot people in their neighborhood, they're more likely to support the other side than your side. Which makes it interesting. Or so I thought. But the game is played with the slalom skis on your feet, obviously. Because that was what I was thinking about. And it's always downhill somehow, even if you're going back the other way. Lovely how dreams works like that, right? But yeah, the defining characteristic, other than the civilians being, is that you can't really tell who is a friend and who is an enemy really easily. Partly because there's so many civilians, and the civilians have partial allegiance to either side, and that switches, and there's no uniforms, so you have to be very careful with what you do.
That sounds actually quite interesting.
Yeah. It's I thought so when I woke up. having just skied down a slope to you know, eradicate
the resistance.
Start filling. Yeah, if anyone wants to make a game, the idea is free. Please get in contact with me because it's interesting. Yeah.
So, are we putting sugar beets again, or?
Yeah, let's try it again. See if they're stupid. Might just be that the mod isn't compatible with sugar beets.
No, I think we just got screwed with the update, really.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, yes, but who knows?
So
Someone's parked a truck with a trailer here where I need to go and watch my tractor.
$12 sounds about right, yeah.
Yep.
Um, turn on.
No. You be clean now. Good.
This feels so extremely hard pulling. I mean, I'm clearly doing only 15 kph, so.
That's downhill. You'd have oodles and oodles of speed.
I mean, maybe this implement just pulls at 15. I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose.
No, apparently it's just 15.
Okay. Right. A weed somewhere. Out the weed whacker. If I can bring out the weed whacker because this baling equipment right here.
Oops. No, don't turn off the machine. I want to lower the implement. There we go.
Slightly different action. Yes, I agree. So, Valheim is the newest fad in the gaming world.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it. Somehow everybody and their dog are playing it right now.
Yeah, and I mean the Steam reviews are overwhelmingly positive, which is usually a good indicator that it's a good game actually.
Hmm.
It might not be for everyone, sure, but the game itself seems solid.
Yeah. But it's just another survival crafter, so.
Yeah, I was. Reading about it is the word I was looking for. Good brain. Reading. That's difficult. And it features itself as having a punishing dodge and block system, and that did sort of put me off. Because that's
Also, it's the Dark Souls of survival crafters, huh?
yeah, maybe. 315. Not sure.
Yeah.
Ain't with a group of friends, yes.
So basically, just like Eco, then, yeah, because that you can play Eco alone, but not really.
Yeah. I mean, having a game to play with people in the Patriots or elsewhere, why not?
Yeah.
I know there are probably people playing it right now as we speak. So and the price point at 17 monies or whatever, not too bad.
No, that's
honestly.
very much reasonable, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sort of intrigued, sort of, yeah. Yeah, that sounds like, yeah. You know, it is early access, so balancing issues are gonna be all over the place.
Yeah, although that sounds excessive.
Yeah.
Basically, having your entire playthrough ruined by. Crap.
Yeah, but I mean that's basically just like having Echo set on the wrong setting and having the meteor crash prematurely.
Yeah.
Not prematurely, but before you can be ready for it. So. It is a problem, yes, of course, and it's not good, but it is also early access.
Yeah. I mean, what is not early access these days?
Yeah. Someone was, I think it was day 9, but I'm not gonna swear on it. But talking about early access games and all the survival games that exist out there that are early access games, and commenting on the fact that there doesn't appear to be any finished survival games.
No. That's the people jump
keep
on.
giving them money.
Yeah.
People keep giving them money in early access, so there's no longer any incentive to finish it, because that's just gonna cost more than it's worth. Because you're never going to, if you get your hype early, you're not gonna get a second hype when you finally release.
No,
And
definitely
then
not. Yeah.
Why even work towards the final release?
Yeah, I guess that is at least part downfall for the early access thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the fact that it is possible to get, for devs to get a
funding. Yeah,
a nice boost of financial input. But then again, especially with the survival crafters, that's a very specific crowd, and they are a bit like a locust swarm, really. They fall into the game, get their fix, and then bugger off again. And even if it's at some point released, there's nobody playing it anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So yeah, no real reason for the
for the devs to finish it.
For the devs just to finish it, yeah. I mean, AAA nowadays is only just bloody expensive, nothing else.
Yeah. That's gone. That's its own tale, heralded or spearheaded by EA and
Ubi, really.
Others. Yeah. Ubisoft, yes.
Because they kind of released a game in an early access state.
Yeah, for a full price.
But asking the full $70 for it now.
And don't. I mean, they don't even make a pretense of continuing development in many cases.
Yeah, no, definitely not. And I hate Ubi with a passion for what they did with Silent Hunter 4 back then. Way back when. Where the release was buggy as all hell. Like, unplayable, broken buggy. For example, your radar only, anti-air radar only worked if you were going exactly north.
That's realistic, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. And then the missions you had, yeah, it was just a toss of a coin if the game actually gave you a mission, and then B recognized that you actually completed that mission. So, yay, great fun. And then the bug fix for that was only released on the DVD of the expansion pack. That you had to buy for full price back then. Which was just, what the actual fuck, Ubi?
Language, PP.
Well, yeah, what, did I not speak English? No, but that was so absolutely ridiculous. And that was a time when games still cost $50. And maybe they only asked 40 for the expansion. But that was ridiculous all of its own. Because, well, it was just the option to get German submarines into the Pacific, I think. So they added like 3 playable boats, which is just what?
Yeah.
And yeah, in that way, I'm happy as to how DLCs are handled nowadays, because DLCs usually cost Well, except it's for The Sims, then they cost more
Do you
than
think I'm
a
cute,
full
Private
price
Pile?
game.
Do you think I'm funny?
Sir, no, sir.
Then wipe that disgusting grin off your face.
Sir, yes, sir.
Thank you for the follow, Luca, and welcome to the Patriots. Yeah, but DLCs actually come at a reasonable price for what they contain, usually.
Yeah. Most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah. But I mean, obviously, it's hit or miss, and it kind of depends if you value the content as that high, really. But usually they come, I mean, at $10 to $30, usually somewhere around that, depending on what game and what content. And yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with that.
It's a good way to get more enjoyment out of something you already enjoy.
Exactly, and it encourages the game devs to actually deliver after release, basically.
And keep track of quality. I mean,
yeah,
if you have a game that's buggy and doesn't work, like, I mean, your example, you're not going to successfully sell a DLC unless you, I mean, you have to address the ongoing issues. Otherwise, you're just going to, no.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you can think of Paradox and their strategy to push out the DLC basically every half year.
Yeah.
You can like it or hate it, but usually they at least release at least part of that DLC for free.
Yeah.
Some of the game mechanics you will always get after the fact, even though you don't buy the game, the DLC.
Yeah.
And in some cases, they actually did a good job with that. For Stellaris, that was very, very good in the without DLCs. CK3 definitely very good without DLCs. But they completely blew it with Imperator. That was just...
But you know what's interesting? They are still... I mean, Imperator flopped hard.
Oh, yeah.
They're still developing it.
Yeah, they tried to salvage it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they are still... They're still actively working on it and, you know, trying to make it better. Many would have just tossed it to the side and given it up as a bad job and then just whatever.
Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, I'm.
They still believe in it somewhere, which is nice. Which makes it, even though we're very cynical when we say that it's a DLC vessel. I don't think they saw it as that. I think they under expected the content they actually released at launch.
Yeah.
The amount of gameplay that was available. I think they thought they had more than what the average person thought.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. And I think in a way they felt actually bad for the people who actually bought the game at, well, PDX full price. That's usually around $30. And at least tried to give those people who actually bought the content after the fact.
Yeah.
Ubisoft or EA would just have said, yeah, tough luck, mate. We got your money now. Get lost.
See you in Sims 5.
Yeah, exactly. And so for that, I definitely applaud Paradox for. Blah.
So, Civilization 6 has had different take on DLCs recently, where they released what's basically a season pass of DLCs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure what I think of it, because it is pricey. It was $40, I think.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, but it does include some 6 different releases of different things, and one of the YouTubers I keep going back to watching is Marbozir, who's a Polish guy living in Canada who has an amazing accent.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
It's his biggest drawback and strength all in one. But he's been playing each of them as they come out, and each of them does add new cool mechanics. And if I liked the game more, as in if I have a very complicated relationship with Civilization games because they take so long to play.
Yes.
I quite often find myself losing interest mid-run, and just I've already won this one. Now I just have to play another 30 hours to play it out and actually get the win screen. But I know I won it already, and that's just difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But each of the things they have released, yeah, they look interesting. But then you look at the big purchase and all of it, and do I want to pay that for something for me to play? I don't know. It's difficult.
Yeah.
So it was recently on sale down to $30, and it's still a bit hefty.
Yeah.
It's probably. I mean, individually, you could get 6 different playthroughs from this easily, because that's the amount of content they have released.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, if you do your is it Aconite who says £1 per hour or whatever? I mean, your whatever money per whatever hour you're willing to pay for entertainment. Yeah, it's probably. I mean, it definitely works out, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I look at these expenses always like if I had invested this money for going to the cinema. I mean, obviously, it kind of depends on where you live and how much you paid for the game. But let's say, I mean, going to the cinema is usually what, $15? Easy.
Yeah.
And that's for 1.5 or 2 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
Depending on what movie you're watching, obviously. Come on, let me attach you.
But I think there's a problem with the cinema approach, because I've used that in the past as well. But I wouldn't, for entertainment, continuously go to the cinema, because that costs too much. Because if you want to have 6 hours of entertainment a day, that's too much money.
But where we are going, because hey, Aconite, hello, is if you lose interest in the game after 2 hours or maybe 6 hours, 8 hours, did you get your cinema money's worth out of the game?
Yeah.
And if yes, yeah, good. If not, then you might not be all that happy. But if you had your say 6 hours of gameplay out of it, that would be quite pricey for a computer game, I guess.
Yeah.
But you're kinda good.
Yeah.
At least if you were actually having fun. If it was a slog for the 6 hours, then obviously not.
But yeah, so that's why I mean, I agree with the principle. I don't agree with the numbers of the thing, because I think if since we're doing computer entertainment, computer for entertainment, as a long-term thing, and it has to be financially viable to do so.
Yeah.
In a very different way than going to the cinema once a week or once a month or whatever. So to me, a better target is 1 money per hour. If that's, I mean, if I pay 30 monies for a game and I get 30 hours of enjoyment out of it, that's a good deal. That's a defined good deal.
Yeah.
And I'll do that every day at that cost. And then if you look at games that I have played a lot of, like Factorio, which is a factor of 50 on that, probably. That is, those are the spectacular unicorns.
Yeah.
That you're always, I mean, at least me, that I'm always on the hunt for. And yeah, £1 an hour is amazing value. Yes, I mean then you're, that you're happy with that. I mean, if you're at £10 an hour, which is a movie ticket, maybe not quite £10 an hour, but thereabouts.
Yeah, £8-9 probably. I go about.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty steep.
Yeah, but that would be about the break-even point. What is kind of what I'm aiming for? Like you go to the cinemas, watch 2 hours of movie at the cinemas. I mean, just the ticket isn't that expensive, but you're getting a drink and maybe some popcorn and. Well, and that adds up obviously per person. If you're taking a friend or your spouse or whatever, that's you can easily spend $50 at the cinemas. And yeah, but that's like, say you pay $15 per person, so that's $7.50 per hour for that movie. So that would be a decent that would be the break even point if you're getting more out of it, so the price reduces basically per hour. That's good. But that's the orientation point for the break even point.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, it will also, of course, depend on how frugal you are with your money and your living situation, how much you make, of course, obviously. I had a second point. Yeah, it must have been important because I forgot it.
Welcome back, Meep.
There are. Welcome back, Meep. My second point on this was that. Damn it, Meep! You made me forget again. So, do you want your entertainment to be continuous, or are you okay, or do you want entertainment to be, a spike of good and then relative, not boredom, but you're fine with investing a little for a spike that's good and then having less good overall, or do you want it to be even continuously? I think that's a different different way of looking at it. I mean, if you go out to an expensive dinner, you're getting great food, but that's one meal that week, hopefully. You're not going to do that every time. Or do you want to buy, slightly higher grade ingredients so that your everyday meal gets slightly better? Is that, which one do you prefer?
Yeah.
That's a difference between the cinema can be a spike because you're spending more than you would normally do, but you don't go to the cinema Okay, I know people that are going to the cinema for 3 movies every day for a week, but that's you know,
Yeah, that's the odd ones out.
yeah, that's not a normal case. Normally, you do that as a spike event, as a I'm spending a little bit more now, and then I'm spending a little less overall.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's when I played World of Tanks. That was when I decided to invest more for some premium tank. I always had to think about how much will I play this tank before investing into it.
Yeah,
obviously, because they aren't cheap. Usually they came around 20 to $40, somewhere around that. But then again, we paid $15 per month, effectively, for several hours each day. Entertainment. So it was good value.
yeah. I mean,
in a way. I mean, obviously, you just bought the right to look at pixels, which is
yeah, interesting.
So that's always a weird thing, investing money into games that you will. I mean, when Wargaming shuts the doors, that's it. I mean, I haven't played World of Tanks in ages now, but
yeah.
And at some point, the sunken cost fallacy comes in again. So that's one you always have to take have a look out for it too.
And Snow played the Potion Craft and liked it. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
It felt like maybe a Snow game. So that's something you can play at some point if needed. That's good. I really liked it. They Steam does their, which I actually also really like, their once a year. They do the
showcase thingy bob.
Showcase, yeah, upcoming demos of games that are coming. One of the games was Potion Craft this year, 68 degrees. And I mean it. I don't know, that's snap off. There we go. 68. I played it for 4 hours, just basically immediately. I was just even with the lack of long-term content in the game, I found 4 hours of gameplay in it somehow.
Just in a demo. That's actually quite impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's without the game having a big loop yet. It has a nice small loop in gameplay, but the big one isn't there yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched 2D Kiri play it for, I don't know, 2 hours or something.
Yeah, that's basically what you can expect out of the demo. 2 hours is, then you've done it all.
Yeah, I think she played 3, but I came in later. But but yeah, look quite nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very nice, relaxed. You can think and be smart about things if you want to.
Yeah,
you don't really have to.
Or just try out what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I left plenty of feedback to them, which I hope is, or to him, I guess that's a one-guy operation. So hopefully something makes it through, and it becomes a better game for it.
Yeah, I have my eye on the latest Killerfish games title, War on the Sea. It looks really interesting, but I'm still not sure if it is actually worth the money right now. Because it feels or looks very clunky so far. But that's a one-man show too, and for what he has put out, that's quite impressive. I mean, yes, he reused quite a lot of assets from his previous games, like sounds and models and stuff. But hey, that's his game. He can do that if he wants.
Yeah. Hey Svea.
Hey Svea.
Welcome. I'm doing okay. How are you?
And yeah, that's looking quite interesting. That's on my wish list now, and I will probably get it soon. TM.
Yeah.
But I will wait a little bit until he has fixed some of the stuff. But yeah, that looks. That's maybe even one for you too, Shots. Has I don't know. Did you see anything of it?
Nope. It's complete blank to me.
So it's World War II, Pacific naval action, basically. The campaign is
they're playing in belly buttons.
What? But they're playing in belly buttons? Huh?
That's not a German joke. I thought it's a joke in Swedish, at least. That the belly button is called navel, so navel is the
Oh. I said it. Yeah, no. That's the German one is Nabel with a B.
Okay, well, it's close.
And then
Close.
that's what threw me off. So yeah, currently it's 2 campaigns around the Guadalcanal campaign, basically, where you play as either the US Navy or the IGN.
Yeah.
And have to build ships and submarines and carriers and bases too, and take over the enemy territory. And the battles are fought in a real-time 3D environment.
Do you get to make design choices for what you build, or is it just
No, it's
building carrier?
It's here build an enterprise carrier or
Okay.
whatever, and he has a Fletcher class destroyer and that stuff like that. So it's historic ships, or the real ones, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it looks really cool because you can have submarines, surface fleet, and aircraft in one battle at the same time. But it's still a bit clunky insofar as when you are joining a battle with a carrier, at least right now, there is no way to launch aircraft from the carrier when you are in the battle.
Well, that seems silly.
Yes. Very much so, because if you don't have a cap up, or your cap runs out of ammo or whatever, that's it, basically. And yeah, so that's a couple of things that kinda need working on. And even on the campaign map, you can launch new aircraft only every 2 hours. So that's always... What? Even on a carrier, that's no, that's not how things work. But yeah, it's quite interesting. And if you want, you can take full control of whatever is on the map too. So you can hop into a fighter aircraft and try to shoot down enemy. Although it's actually not really made for that, but it's possible, at least in theory.
Let's see how much we overlap.
Perfect.
No, we touched. We actually touched.
Yeah.
So I'm slightly off. And yes, yeah, nice. I took a long, nice walk for, well, no, long. I walked for an hour before the stream in the sun and the cold here. So that was really nice. You know, interacting with chat. I think that's important, even though we're here to talk to each other as well.
Yeah. Well, when there's actually chat happening, then it's a good idea to interact with the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds sort of interesting. I'm more interested in the, making design choices and see how that, and maybe having the battle more virtual than yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, then probably more the what's it called? Something Dreadnought, I think. Actually can't remember right now. Dread. But you basically build your own warships, and it starts with the monitors. So basically the first steam warships, so to say, and goes up to World War II.
Yeah, I might have seen that or something that's very similar to it.
Yeah, it has been around for quite some time already. I think I have to quickly put on some time compression to get the growth thick for the wheat finished.
No, I did the corner.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I did the corner while I was there.
I didn't notice.
I need to switch to my stand-up chair or stand-up position.
Laters.
Perfect timing.
Mm-hmm.
Farming goes fine. It's always a growing season in the game, somehow.
Yeah, although there's a seasons mod, so...
Yeah, I have that installed in case I ever feel the need to play this game single player. I want to test that out, see what it does to the game.
I mean, it's quite interesting, but it's especially in the beginning, it's not very multiplayer friendly because, well, especially in the winter season, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So that's I mean, it might work for a YouTube series, because if push comes to shove, you can just cut it out.
Yeah.
But especially for streaming, it's a bit.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn around and do this little outcropping thing.
Mm-hmm.
bulge. Yeah. It makes it nicer. It's also very unrealistic. So
Yeah, I mean, but the entire game isn't really that realistic.
yeah. You're back to Factorio? Okay. Well, happy Factorioing.
Game on.
Yeah. So no more Path of Exile? Is that done for the moment then? I played a bit of Path of Exile back a couple of years ago. It's fair enough, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a look at it at some point, but it's I don't know.
Yeah, it's. Yeah. I'm not sure what my issue with it actually is or isn't, but yeah. You're switching back and forth. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Yeah. Factorio is a game that just keeps coming back. And I like it that way. Played another, I don't know, 50 hours recently. Just casually. In a game you have already more or less completed with various different ways, and then 1.1 came out and new features, and I'll try some of them out, and yeah, really nice. There's weed here at least. Not sure if it's finished. Looks finished. Yep. Is this a 90-degree field? I think it is.
Yes.
I mean, the question is if it's a 90 or a 0, and I guess you can technically do both.
Yeah, both works in general, but
one is more convenient than the other.
Mm-hmm.
And funnily enough, since we've put the sheep pen here, we've changed which is the more convenient orientation.
Yep.
We need to clean the animals.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, Factorio is an amazing cost enjoyment ratio game.
Yeah, I mean, I played 150 hours, and I mean, I burned out hard on it. I can't even actually watch it, really.
Yeah. I don't remember how much time is logged on Steam, but I played most of my time before it was on Steam. So yeah, easily hundreds and hundreds of hours.
Yeah, nah. Yeah. I mean, recently, FS19 actually took my top spot. Hours played. But that's not really a game that I actively play. You know, it's not that I sit down in the evening and play 3 hours of Farm Sim on my own.
No.
And then a lot of nothing, then Farm Sim 17, and then no, all the wrong buttons I want to get here. Total War Empire. It's the game with the most single player hours, so to say.
I've been looking at that. That's the one that's Napoleon, but the good one, right?
Yeah.
Because they released Napoleon and Empire, and they're basically the same game.
Yeah,
Only the one is limited.
Yeah, exactly. Napoleon is a very limited one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's old now, but that
Yeah.
means it actually on current systems actually works properly.
Yeah.
Because the third overtime way back when I played it, actually actively played it that much, was catastrophic. You sometimes sat there for 10 minutes just waiting for the AI to complete the turn. And
Yeah.
with modern CPUs and hardware, it just goes PAM, and the AI is done with their turn. Even though they didn't obviously change anything in the AI. AI is still doing the same stupid shit it has done back then too. Like some spy just ditching one tile back and forth until all the movement points are done. It's just... What?
I need to look at this, and this, and this, and this, and... Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Pong guy. What are you doing here?
Hey,
You're
Pong guy.
supposed to be playing Dota. That's one of my older gaming friends. He was hitting on me when I was playing World of Warcraft to start with, and thinking I was a girl. That's an interesting, interesting way to make friends. Pom was 11 at the time, I think. 12, yeah. That's good old days. Already too awkward for you. Yeah, perfect. Then I've managed to set the bar on the correct level. No.
Mission accomplished. Finish stream.
No, my most played game is Dota 2. I have over 1,000 hours logged in it. But that doesn't mean I'm any good. That just means I'm very bad. But
that just means you have played a lot of hours.
Yeah, I used to play as just as a distraction. Play an hour every day or so. Just play not against people, just play against bots. As a wind down after work or whatever. So, and if you do that for 2 years, time just racks up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's not 909 hours of 99 hours of bot games. It's probably 900 hours of bot games, but yeah. There's also the big. Oh, I can help out. Which you're doing this on a 0, I guess.
Yeah.
The big international Dota tournament. Didn't get one this year. It was supposed to be in Sweden, and then something happened.
Yeah. Someone sneezed in someone else's soup, and
Yeah.
And that escalated quite quickly.
Yeah. But yeah. So that's 2 basically. I mean, if you watch all of it, it's 2 weeks of 12-14 hours per day of games. And if you watch it in the client, you could get cosmetic drops. So a lot of those hours are just watching it in the client for cosmetic drops. For
And yeah, I have to agree. Empire is probably at least one of the best Total War games. The medieval ones were quite nice too, but they have not aged that well graphically.
No.
I mean, total Empire didn't age that well graphically either, but yeah, pretty much. Empire, then medieval, and then all the rest.
Come on. I just sat down at a random point. And it's that good of a match. Nice.
I mean, if you sat down somewhere around the area I finished already, that was about one machine wide. So
Yeah, but no, I did it on the opposite side, where you had only done the headland.
yeah, but that obviously one thing wide too, ideally.
Yeah, but you don't know how well it's gonna match up still.
No, that's true.
Didn't they release a Warhammer Total War?
Yeah, but that's fantasy. So no 40k yet.
Oh, okay. So it's not the 40. Stupid Warhammer being two different things. I never followed either very much, and yeah. I mean, I know of differences between them, but yeah, not something I ever invested much time in.
Yeah, I mean, I never invested anything into the tabletops or anything. I have read a lot of the 40k books and some of the fantasy books.
One of my favorite role-playing, well, I guess after-action report or whatever you want to call it, is from Warhammer 40k, where the game master is absolutely brutal. And I've told this story before, I think, but he has the players basically generate new characters on I mean, many times per session. He's killing them off so fast, and I mean, it's part of a really brutal. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, they're being slaughtered.
Yeah, the world is catastrophic. Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes perfect sense. But normally when you roleplay, you get to play with the people. So after some time, the players just you don't spend as much time coming up with backstories anymore. Prime sub, thank you so much. Choo choo, you get train emotes, train emotes, best emotes. There you go, that's a train. Thank you. But yeah, so derailed. That's also a game. That's yeah, roleplay thing. Yes. So, but eventually, a couple of them do survive, and they make an adventure out of these rejects, which are very. They're not so well thought through like you normally do when you're role playing. They're not perfect little characters that are all great. They're just okay. I'll make another one. Oh, I'll make another one. Oh, I'll make another one. They're still okay, but yeah, not the perfect ones. And then the adventures they go on are epic from that point on. So that's really nice. Oi, no octopus eating trains. That's where is the truck? Here's the truck. Let's go. Yeah.
Blood to mice.
That sounds like fun. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I had more of a point to make there. No. Next subject. The blood inside your body also transforms. Ooh. That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun. No, yeah. No, one of the players wrote this after action report, and I guess, I mean, half of it is his writing style as well, but half of it is definitely the game master style and how you follow these characters around the universe with what new things they get up to. But I thought that was an interesting take on avoiding because it's so easy to make cookie cutter characters that are just, perfect. But if you have to make 30 of them, you're no longer gonna spend that much effort.
No, that's really then just roll the die and
come up with a basic backstory and see who survives this time.
Yeah,
if anyone.
Even if you go through the trouble of making a backstory. I mean, basic backstory is grew up in a Highfield. Done.
Yeah.
In a
was recruited into the army, and then here we are.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically where most of the people in the Empire come from. So.
Okay. Truck is ready for harvest. I maybe should have refilled the water while I was visiting with the sheep, but
Yeah, overrated.
Yeah. What's a Founder's Badge? A Founder's Badge is something you get for when you're one of the first people to subscribe to a channel. First 10, 15? I don't know how it works.
I think it's 10 for normal subs and 15 for Prime.
So, yeah. I also don't know what happens if one of the founders unsub or don't continue their sub at some point.
They keep their sub badge. Or there won't be more.
Yeah. So if you were to resubscribe again, you would get it back.
Yes.
But then I thought I had more than 10 subs at one point, because people were stupid when I first got to affiliate.
Yeah, but that's gift subs. I don't think gift subs count.
Ah, interesting.
I think.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a reasonable explanation. Quick, yes. Make it big. Make what big? Oh, you mean my streaming thing? Okay, that's what. Yeah, you'll be cool. Yeah, sure. Sure. I'll see what I can do about that. Stupid water fill level. It's almost down to 0 now.
Yeah, the Chokins are just.
You had no idea, stream? What? Don't you have the little notifications coming to you so you get an email when I go live? You would have known that I stream almost every Saturday, and I've done so for 9 months.
Yeah, something
I
like
think.
that. Yeah.
I was sent home from work for Monday and Friday on the 1st of April last year, and that's when I started investigating streaming. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the Saturday streams is probably the most consistent one so far.
Oh, for me, absolutely.
I mean, for me, that's
Random.
currently the only one I'm doing. So yeah.
I randomly go live, and then on Saturdays I almost every Saturday. Not every Saturday, but almost. You work every Saturday, yeah. Well, that's a poor excuse. And how am I gonna go big if you're not going to be here watching me on Saturdays and giving the fancy viewer numbers?
Whoops!
Come on.
Crap.
Did you drive into the drop-off point?
Nope, I just flung it. I turned around too quick. And it wasn't fully on the fork, and yeah, it went flying and right into the drop-off zone.
Let's get a tractor. Yeah, quit your job and become a full-time mod. Yeah, 10 Nike move. Yeah, thereabouts.
Yeah, probably.
We need to make more of the silage. No, TMR as well.
TMRs. I don't know. Maybe one. One batch.
No, we're good. We're low on hay. That's true. Hay. Here we go. Wait, you're low on hay? What am I?
Huh?
Straw. This is straw. We have plenty straw.
This is straw, and this is getting towards the plenty again. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can drop in one TMR set, but eh.
Yeah, I don't need it.
And we don't. The straw actually isn't needed per se. It's
no, yeah.
That's only so the cows actually produce the manure.
Yeah, which is needed, but you know.
Yeah, somewhat. But not really. You can obviously play it perfectly fine without.
Yeah, but otherwise they're just costing more than they're worth. Because the milk isn't that much money.
No.
And we would make more selling the food they're eating.
Yes, definitely.
Speaking of the food they're eating, should we cut grass again? Because that's been a while.
I mean, yeah, sure, we can.
I'm asking if you want to. Because it's a bit of a task, isn't it?
It is a bit of a task, but I think if we go for, I mean, yeah, let's just do it, and then while we do the grass cutting stuff, we can have a little time compression running.
Yeah.
So we might actually get to a harvest in this stream.
Not sure if I feel like doing harvest in this stream, but we can get up to harvest at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's we're getting to 4 o'clock again, so yeah.
Yeah. I'm planning on having myself be convinced to play Valheim. which would mean I might want some hours left of today as well. Don't play Valheim, yes. But will I like it? That's the question. Lower you, turn you on, and lower you, turn you on, and then the front, turn on.
How about you going?
Okay.
18? 16? 9? I can't remember.
8 is the width.
Okay.
Some peeps already are on the Discord. Yes, I believe they are. Snap show lines, enable offset reversal, no. Set A, and this is, we start on the 0 here. Memory. This machine looks like half a drum. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This is a not intended combination. You're not really supposed to do it this way, but it works, and it's funny, so I do it. Normally, you would have the front grass cutter at the very front, and then the two that go to the side you would have on your back, on the back of the tractor. But that just makes sense when you can couple them together, and when the game has given you the option to do so, and why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And that means you can pull something else behind you, which is the windrow, which gathers it all up, which we just need to do anyway. So, well, why not?
Yeah. If it's if it's stupid and it works, it ain't stupid.
Yeah, well, it in this case it still is very stupid, but
Yeah.
it does work. So, and it lets me do the because you are very German and you like your efficiency and precision, it lets me play a little with you and do funny things. Going in odd, strange directions. It's not as fun when you're right behind me because you can easily see where I went. Resonating low followed. Thank you, low. Welcome along. And hope you're doing fine, and the little one as well. For some reason, never followed you, and that's perfectly okay. You had other things going on.
Yeah, you were a mecha suit for the little one.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
all good. Hello.
It's all good. I think Twitch unfollowed me to you back in at some point as well, so we can call it even. You're watching PP, and yeah, you can. No, I will not apologize you, because there's nothing to apologize for.
Yeah. No,
It's all good.
no harm done, though.
Yeah. And you can, my channel, you can do the, oh, my bot keeps saying it every now and then, but you can watch the multi-link
Hello.
if you want to watch both perspectives, and you can chat in both, and you can make us very not confused because we both have each other's chat open. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you're not already following our lovely Resonating Low, please do so.
Yeah.
She does
Absolutely.
a lot of music and some gaming streams.
Yeah. Hang on, did I set up? I think I set up commands for. Yeah. I set up commands for everyone. I'm just being bad at using them.
Yeah. Yes, and she was just recently the mecha suit for her little one. For the mini-me.
Mini you? Is there something we should be aware of here?
Well, mini her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love the idea that being pregnant is that the woman is then the mecha suit for the baby.
Oop. Turning radius on this thing is a bit iffy.
Uh-huh.
One of the many drawbacks of the setup.
Wait, the setup has drawbacks? Nah.
No. Obviously not.
Same with following you right behind. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. When I tab out and send off commands in chat.
Yeah.
That can only go wrong.
Yeah, luckily all the random bales that are now strewn in your path. No problem.
That's what the thing in front is for, isn't it? To shove them out of the way.
Yeah.
I forgot to set up a new GPS path here. Oh well, we're doing this freehand. Old school style.
Should work perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Although we have a slight problem with this tractor. Because we can't refuel it at our gas station here.
We can't?
Mm-hmm. Can't get it close enough.
Oh. That's an interesting problem.
Uh-huh.
So we had to take it over to the gas station.
Yeah, or put different tires on. But yeah.
Yeah. See, it's like it was designed to push stuff out of the way. It works perfectly every time. Is there any more interesting farming things that have been happening recently? I don't know. It's winter time, so there's not a lot of things happening.
Yes, things have slowed down quite a bit, really.
The Welkers made the rotor from a combine, which is the thing that actually does the separating of useful stuff from garbage. They made that into a smoker.
Yeah, that was quite interesting. Yeah,
that was an interesting build. I'm not sure how well it worked, but it's definitely unique.
Oh yeah.
I loved that they got a brand new rotor, so they took the little threshing, not so small either, but the thing that do part of the threshing that were brand new and were just going to be on a smoker, so they stole those, and put them on their actual combine.
Yeah.
And used their old used ones and used the excuse that, well, this way it's authentic
Yeah.
Volker Farms. I mean, I would too.
Yeah.
Because
And
why not?
I'm quite sure they talked with CNH beforehand and just
Yeah.
not just went with it.
Yeah. But it's a bit funny.
Yeah. Yeah, and otherwise, yeah, not much. Not much going on in the farming world at the moment.
It's almost like snow is a detriment to how they work. I don't know.
Yeah, that snow throws quite a spanner into the works.
Damn it! Someone parking farming implements all over the place. Set up a 90 here.
So.
And in gaming news,
Well, Stadia is going down. Google Stadia thing.
oh, the remote play thing.
Well, it's still existing, but Google shut down their own game dev studios for it.
Yeah, so that survived for a long time.
Yeah.
Make a name for itself because it was interesting technology, but I was always very skeptical about the latency.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a cool concept for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So if you don't know what it is, it's basically you centralize the compute. So you have a big server farm that does all your that's all the processing work and graphics work for your game, and then you send it over the internet to your your TV and play on that.
Exactly. So it's an interesting concept because you obviously don't need much hardware. You just have the controller and a little dongle thingy wop that you hooked to. Well, most people will have used it as a console, so probably to the TV.
Yeah.
And off you go. So you had the I don't know. I actually don't know how much they called for the hardware. But it was obviously way cheaper than a normal console, or a full-on gaming PC even. But you still had the performance of a, well, at least in theory, of a full-blown gaming PC.
Yeah.
So quite interesting, but not really surprising that it kind of died because, well, there were no big titles for it.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, they said any game should be able to be played here, but I never heard any more about it. I mean, I was never part of the target audience anyway, I don't think.
Yeah, no.
So
Same.
I wasn't very interested to start with.
Same for me, because I mean, I obviously have a PC.
Yeah.
And I'm good with it. I don't need a console. Because I mean, let's be honest, my graphics card has more power than at least the last gen consoles.
Yeah. If you want to play on consoles, that's fine. You're allowed to play on consoles. You can be wrong. I'm just making a funny. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can. I mean, it is sure something different sitting on your couch on the big telly and playing games. And I mean, it used to have the big benefit of, well, you just get the game and you're done. No need for any updates or whatever. I mean that.
Yeah. Well,
that wasn't the case for the last gen consoles already.
No.
Where they put out patches for games and the consoles too. So yeah. And I mean, obviously, it's a quite compact situation, the entire console thing.
Yeah, yeah. If I was to take a PC or a console with me, if I was going somewhere, I mean, one is a lot more practical than the other.
Yeah.
Because you just hook one of them into any TV. I mean, I guess you can hook your computer into any TV nowadays, anyway.
Yeah.
With the HDMI being a thing everywhere. Used to be very different. But yeah, if we're moving on to other stuff, we can talk about space stuff, because space is interesting. And SpaceX have been launching lots and lots of little satellites for the, what's it called again?
Starlink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They are taking the first pre-orders for Starlink subscriptions.
Yeah. Linus Tech Tips just recently released a video where they tried it out in the beta phase.
Yeah, and I mean, so long as you're the only one on there, it's gonna be nice and fast. It's not gonna replace broadband in cities. It's
no.
going to be a decent alternative for area coverage in remote areas.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what it is.
Rural areas.
It is designed for.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously for semi-mobile too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you're taking a vacation in an RV. And
yeah, it's perfect.
It's perfect. And a buddy of mine just got his captain's patent, or is working on his captain's patent. Just missing a couple of of things right now. And yeah, for
for internet at sea, it's gonna be a massive revolution.
Absolutely, because I mean, yes, they currently have satellite internet already on board, but
it's crap and it's
really
super expensive.
Really shit and really expensive. And I mean, it probably the Skylink probably won't work on a train or an airplane or something, because they just move too fast. But on a container ship, yeah, probably would probably work on the way perfectly fine, because they move probably slow enough for it to still workable.
Yeah.
And the satellite dish doesn't need physical tracking. They've gone with electronic beamforming.
Yeah, which is honestly, it's the only way you can do such a thing these days.
Hey, TTK.
Hello, TTK. We've cut most of the grass now.
Yeah, I think we could.
Need to finish up down here. Also, hi on that side. Hello.
And
things go good. Yeah.
Yeah, but the starting thing looks really, really interesting for sure.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the exact numbers, but LTT had like a 60 ping or something playing online games.
Yeah, they were talking about getting as low as 20 to 30. But of course, it depends on where your endpoint is in relation to where you are.
Yeah. Tractor? What? Oh, I rode on top of an existing bale. Yeah, shit. Oh, crap.
How are you, TTK? But yeah, I think lots of people are going to be disappointed when they order it and you try and use it in New York or wherever, and just there's no speed. Yeah, because there's one satellite, so there's a very limited capacity available. But it's going to be great for anything remotely not urban.
Yeah, definitely. For the rurals, it's going to be perfect.
TTK tired? Oh, TTK sleep better. That's how it works, right? Yeah, someone tells you to do it and then you do it.
Yeah, it's that easy. Yeah.
Why are you slightly dirty still? I watched you a lot. There we go. Maybe it's one of these models that doesn't get really dirty, but has some spots that are really dirty.
Yeah. So let's see if I can find some little bits that left over, because the bale is almost full.
And I could cut some more for you, but it's really annoying unfolding all of this.
Yeah, no, all good. There's all the random bits that are left all over the place, so...
Well, snow levels are dirty, but still, yeah. Obviously, no one is that dirty.
Whoop.
Raz comes close. I mean, yeah. And Seth does his own thing, which is, you know, it's, yeah. Where do you go again? I don't remember where I picked you up. Drop you off there. See if we can. The windrower in here. So speaking of survival crafting games, the original one, Minecraft, we've been talking in different constellations within the Patriots about setting up a server for social purposes for some time. And the question is always, I mean, which mods are you going to use? Because you can't play vanilla. It's just not possible. Come on.
But clearly all of the mods.
Yeah, that's also the obvious reaction. The problem then is that it doesn't run very well with all of the mods. However, it's funny that you say that, because there is a mod pack called All the Mods.
Yep, I know.
Which contains, well, basically all the mods. But they did. I've been doing some research in that. This is not gonna fit. I'm just gonna give up. You first need to unfold. Why do I need to unfold it to unhook it?
You sure you're pressing the right button?
It didn't look like it was completely folded either. So maybe I. Now it's gonna fit because now it's smaller.
Turns out actually folding the implement helps, eh?
Well, it was folded. You just stopped halfway. But yeah, they have put out a little mod pack, a smaller mod pack, where you can run the server of a Raspberry Pi. So it's
nice. So
nicer in. Yeah.
That must be really tiny then, yeah.
Well, not tiny, but fairly small, I guess. But yeah, and that's looking. I mean, to me that looks promising. So I have asked TTK, our resident server and Minecraft expert, to give it a look at least, see if he agrees or. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the community we played Eco with, big games community games, big those ones.
Yes.
They had one of all the mods server running too.
Yeah. The problem with running the full mod pack is that it excludes people that don't have the big beefy computers that we do, and that's not really fair.
I mean, I highly doubt that I can run all the mods on my machine.
Yeah, it's a very CPU bound game.
Yep, and my CPU isn't exactly the best
anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah. And there's no rush TTK because this Valheim thing popped up, and yeah, people are gonna be busy for the time being, so there's no rush. But yeah, it's a thing we're thinking about. I was about to ask, are we gonna make straw out of this? No, not straw. Hay out of this. But then I realized that was silly. Because we already made it into bales.
We kind of could have, but yeah.
Yeah. A bit of a oops. Too late now.
Not anymore, no.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty easy, and they're mostly pre-configured. And I played around with it locally to see what it had and how it felt in terms of performance. And for me, it ran. I mean, of course, there's nothing in the world yet, but for me, it ran without even a hitch. So 144 FPS, because that's a monitor limitation.
Wasn't there like a massive World Gen update announced for Minecraft?
I don't know. I've really not been following that.
Yeah, neither did I, but it crept up in my Twitter feed. That's the last couple of days. Yeah, exactly. The underground stuff. Yeah,
that's nice. That's always been a little interesting. I mean, it is what it is. Not gonna say it's bad, but interesting. But yeah, modded Minecraft is a very strange place these days. Because at different points, different mod authors just gave up and stopped following new Minecraft updates because they either broke too much or they didn't want to deal with what they broke. So some mods stopped on certain versions, and then other people have come in and taken over and ported them forward, and some have, of course, over the years stopped modding altogether, or moved on to the other projects. So the end result is that you can play pretty much any Minecraft version above 1.0 right now, and there are more or less actively maintained mod packs for anything. There are active mod packs from 2015 still getting regular updates.
Yeah, I guess it's the same with my KSP mods, right? Somebody stops modding, and
with KSP mods, there's always Linux Guru Gamer that takes over all the mods.
Yeah. Okay, I can't refuel this from here either. I mean, this tractor doesn't get any narrower.
No, you're not fully fueled. You couldn't fuel it at the...
Nope.
Well, that's a problem.
Yep.
So if we buy a fuel tanker, maybe we can do it that way? Otherwise they just didn't implement refueling on that model. That's crazy, right? That's gotta be crazy.
Yeah, that would be odd.
Why is this bale standing on its end?
You don't want to know. Or am I just stupid? Is that not the place where we refuel tractors?
It is somewhere around there, but I thought it was along the... Maybe it was not on the road, but along the other long end. But I don't remember. But you should have been close enough to do it anyway.
Yeah, well, when I get into here, it says start filling with this tractor.
Yeah. Yeah, here's to buy a new vehicle when it runs out. I mean, we've been running that for how many hours now? 40 hours?
14.
I don't see it.
No, 14.
14. Okay. You have a thing in front of the thing now.
What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bit bucket. That's the word. It makes it difficult to see. Beep boop Raz. Hi Raz. Automod.
What the fuck?
What on earth?
And it complained about the fucking space? Automod, you fucking cunt, get lost.
That's brilliant. I think he was complaining about it addressing Raz, to be honest. But yeah.
Hey Raz.
Fantastic. You're not allowed to say who did you find. Okay. Are you shitting me? It's okay. Yes. Because that's not offensive to anyone else.
No,
that's
exactly.
Just you being pooped on. Whereas you were clearly offensive to someone else with your. Nice, Raz.
Would have been funny to deny it this time. Okay. These thingamybobs have to be moved out to, and then I can start filling.
Okay. That's interesting. It's a deploy there. Big yawn, sorry.
I think you're good now anyway, Raz, because I already allowed it for you once.
Yeah. I don't know if it was picking up that you were using some different kind of space character. That seems like a TTK thing to do, to have a character that's not actually a space, represent a space, but I don't know. Ah, stupid. Drove too close. You're too lazy to put the fake spacing. Yeah, that is also true. But you never know. You have also said that there is nothing you will not do to be a troll. So your own word is against you here. Tits are fine. I mean, might not interest Raz that much, but yeah, I'm tired. Can't be my normal self right now. It wasn't Raz, but I assume Raz just copied your message.
Yeah, same. I just expected Raz just copy and paste it. Yeah.
Let's see what happens. What were you saying? Where is? Oh, well, I'm mod, so won't do anything to me.
No, exactly.
That's unfortunate. Now I typed it in on you. You're a wizard, Razzie. Indeed. Dee-dee-doo.
He said doo-doo, or almost did.
Dee-dee-doo-doo. Do you want to come help wrap bales if you're just running around looking at stuff?
Yeah.
Because you have a second bale wrapper now. Or you can pick them up as well. That's fine.
Whoops!
And I also set them to wrap different colors, so we can compete who does more.
Well, you cheated and started early.
No, you cheated and didn't start early.
Yeah, sorry. I kind of tried to refuel the bloody tractor.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one for you. I parked too close to it, so it put the second one on top. pepperoni plus. Is pepperoni mushroom? It might be extra many pepperonis. In which case it might be still warrant the name.
I'm still confused that the English-speaking world apparently thinks pepperoni is a sausage.
Yeah. That has tripped me up more than once. In both directions.
Mm-hmm.
Ras.
I mean, you can try now. If...
And with a Kipo, it's offensive.
So it doesn't understand that. I guess it thinks that the Kipo is a name. Doesn't understand that its own bloody emotes.
Not sure what it's doing. Separately, it's fine. Yep. Yeah, we could report it as a bug, but that's effort.
Yeah, and they actually don't care. I'm quite sure they don't give a toss anymore.
Yeah, I'm definitely tired enough to call it a wrap after this. See what I did there? That one was intentional.
But yeah, that's perfectly fine by me. Because I technically still have to run some minimal errands. I somehow actually bought cases of Coke Zero, but never brought the empty cases back. Because I always remembered, oh yeah, you wanted to get a fresh case of Coke when driving home from work, but didn't bother to stop at home to get the empty cases, so...
Yeah. They pile up.
Mm-hmm.
Here you can get them, the 33 centiliter cans. You can get them in a multi-pack, in a 20-pack.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if that's what they do elsewhere as well. So that's why I'm explaining it in excruciating detail. And I mean, this is good. It means that I don't drink too much of it.
Mm-hmm.
You can just have one instead of what happens if there's one of the bigger PET bottles. You just accidentally have half of it, which is a lot more caffeine than is advisable for me. So yeah, it makes sense. Only the last one I bought was slightly the cardboard was slightly moist, and I was thinking about this when I was in the store, and I picked it up and I felt this doesn't feel like normal, but didn't think more of it. And then I got home, lifted it out of the car with all the groceries, and this thing promptly rips open. And 3 or 4 of the cans immediately, just from the impact, immediately just spring a leak.
Oh, perfect.
oh well. I mean, at least it's not any sugar in it, so it's fine in that sense.
Yeah, still annoying.
Still very annoying, yes, and cold outside and everything. And I'm there with 3 bags of groceries as well, trying to get it all in. Yeah. But of the ones that didn't immediately explode, they've now been dropped and are dented, and yeah, maybe not the happiest cans anymore. So no, they have to be, treated with care. And I'm always suspicious that they will explode at any point. And they are currently in the rotation, so they're the ones in the fridge right now. So every time I open, I just expect that they will have gone poof, and made a big mess over my fridge. As I said, no sugar. That's really nice in this case because it's not sticky, but still.
It's still a mess when the entire fridge is full of Coke Zero.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to moderate you, Raz, because that's dirty. For some reason, I don't have the. Why don't I have the? Oh yeah, because I'm not in mod. When I pop it out, I'm not in mod mode anymore. You don't get the icons.
You don't?
Nope.
Huh.
Because I go switch chat over to non-mod settings to pop it out, and then it disappears. So normally it's there. Yeah, it was good of him to prove you correct. Indeed, TTK. That's an interesting parking spot, BB. Are you saying you can't get further in?
Yeah, it's kinda.
There's a second one that needs to go somewhere. You're innocent and sweat. Yes, I hear that's what you do. You sweat a lot. When people question your innocence, you sweat.
Yeah, and what people call a sweater is that for me literally, because
Yeah.
I put one on and instantly start to sweat.
I mean, I've been using a sweater for the first time in years, these past few days, and I have a really nice sweater, which I bought as a summer, cold summer evening. It's wind resistant and waterproof, and yeah, just nice overall. And I wish I bought it probably 20 years ago. It's starting to fall apart, so the inner lining is some form of, I don't know, something that keeps falling out. So I need a new one, honestly. I have no clue how to even find anything remotely like it again. So I guess I'm doomed never to. Nice and warm, and it's still, yeah, just something to pull over on near Houghton Island or something in the summer, and the temperatures drop in the evening.
Yeah, it's well hidden, isn't it?
I like the coloration of that. It's
Yeah.
a real mess.
I want to unload bales now here. All went in, perfect. Ooh, ooh.
No, you're using the tractor. You're not using the truck to.
Yeah.
Pull it. And that unwrap bale is straw bale. It was left over in the machine.
No. There was actually one unwrapped grass bale.
Oh, there was one straw bale as well, at least somewhere.
Yeah. But we missed one grass bale to wrap. The straw bale is over here.
Yeah. You got that in hand.
Yeah, picking up is quick work.
Just take the skid steer and pick up the one that's strangely placed in the next to the eggs.
Oh, yeah.
And keep one of them for our own purposes. Vintage, you know. I read that silage was invented. I mean, insofar as it can be invented by I think it was a Finnish dude, and it was fairly recently, like in the 20th century.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
And
I mean,
I'm not going to swear, but I'm going to say it was in the second half of said century as well.
quite possibly. I mean, they need you need quite a lot of oomph to run a shredder that's making stuff small enough.
I don't know. It was a random fact somewhere. And I think I just read it as this about the person rather, and the father of silage or something. I mean, what? The inventor of silage. This needs a fact check. Who invented silage? Grass was being instilled in the early 18th century. Not until the latter part of the 19th that it became more widespread. Okay. The silage was being made in the 1880s, at least, in silos.
Okay.
Don't know what I read then. Interesting.
Maybe he was the first to make silage bales or something?
I don't know.
Whoop.
The The modern silage preserved with acid and by preventing contact with air was invented by a Finnish academic and professor of chemistry, Arturi Ilmari Virtanen. Virtanen was awarded 1945 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for his research and inventions in agricultural and nutrition chemistry, especially for his fodder preservation methods, practically inventing modern silage.
Ah, okay. So the silage was actually storable. Was that guy's invention? Okay.
Yeah, and I guess wrapping it in, or the creation of it without oxygen, being around, making it last longer. Interesting.
So let's quickly see if we need to fertilize this. And if the game actually recognizes this. No. Maybe because I have no fertilizer in here?
Yeah, it could be a problem, yes.
Hold on. I don't need to load from there. There's a bunch of fertilizer boxes sitting right here. So let's see if that unfolded. Close cover. Ah yeah. It wants to put some on here. Okay.
That's good.
So, but that means we probably need some lime on that too.
I don't think we've ever limed the grass fields, have we?
No, obviously not, because in the vanilla it doesn't need lime.
I like the mess of grass bales over here, just all over the place. We unloaded. Yeah, that is because it's taking some of them because they're actually sitting in the loading zone. I was wondering or thinking about why we have never had to load more grass in, but that's of course because it's already put in the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. Yes, head tired. Whee! Oh, truck tired, truck sleepy. Eh? Actually, not gonna write yourself from here. No, it actually got stuck. Amazing.
Hold on, did we ever actually probe this land?
No, I don't think we did.
Yeah, in theory we did. It knows the soil type.
Yeah, maybe we did. I don't remember.
Huh. Because it says no values detected yet. So we're putting out a lot of lime right now. Fertilizer right now.
Which is probably what it normally does. Full rate.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. Seems like grass is not compatible with the mod. Not very well, at least.
Yeah.
And I saw that we're going to need to go and sell the eggs soon. So I'll take the It Runner trailer over.
Mm-hmm.
After, of course, getting the wool bales loaded. Aha, so we put it this way this time. Okay.
I think after the next harvest, we can probably get the field extension.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I mean, we have 240,000 now.
We could just get a loan and get it, but yeah.
Yeah, nothing to do with it right
Rebase
now.
it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Um, oh boy. Sleepy. Again.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think we're done then, more or less at least.
Yeah. I think there's much more to do. And the next step is a harvest, and that's no.
Yeah, no, that's at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, the beats alone will take 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's
So
then
yeah,
switch over to this and do the button press. And I don't see anyone to raid. Do you?
nuts. At least the theory. Not sure if he's actually.
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually live. I think.
Okay. Yeah. refreshing pages. So could be useful. Yeah. But yeah, sorry. Thanks for hanging out today. Thank you for subscribing and following and watching us and hanging out and lurking and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, same from me. Thank you all for joining us. And you kind of there we go.
Yeah, I forgot to press the enter key.
And yeah, thank you all, and see you next time. And yeah, let's pop over to Nuts. He's always a good fun guy. And yeah, I wish you all a continued good time zone, and see you all on the other side. Bye bye.
Bye bye.